Hey FFC, it is so great to be with you again through these video devotionals, and completely eager to get to see you all again in person. And so praying for that time, just praying as this whole situation is happening, we just need to keep going to the Lord and asking for Him to guide and direct us. And so this morning, I want to share with you from Psalm 34. So if you have a Bible, go ahead and grab that and turn to Psalm 34. And I'm going to read the first 3 verses here. And it says, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise will always be on my lips. I will boast in the Lord. The humble will hear and be glad. Proclaim the Lord's greatness with me. Let us exalt his name together. Did you catch that? At all times. And so we have this amazing blessing for us that we can bless the Lord at all times, that his praise should be always on our lips. And so the question is, are we still blessing his name? Daily when you get up, are you blessing his name? Are we boasting of him to those around us? Are you going out maybe as you are maybe picking up groceries, or maybe as you're on Facebook and making statuses and interacting with people? Are you still boasting in his name to those around you? A great thing that I was blessed with this week is a friend of ours, Maggie, who is a missionary in Costa Rica. Maggie has been a missionary in Costa Rica nearly 50 years, and she's in her mid-80s. And so she sent this email to me, and it said, my friends who care about me say stay at home. The minister of health says stay at home. But 10 days ago, very early, before arising, I heard the Lord say, Luke 8:16. I got up and read, you do not hide a light under the table. You put it in a candlestick so it may give light in a dark place. Also, he spoke to me in Ezekiel, where he is very angry with the shepherds because they are not taking care of hurt sheep, just taking care of themselves. Since our staff at the office and the daycare centers is arriving each day to fill their functions, as a chaplain, my function, I feel, is not less important than theirs. I felt that he told me to follow him where there is wounded sheep. And she goes on in that email to talk about because she was obedient to God and she still went out. She heard that call from him, that she was able, through the course of her week, to share him, to boast in his name to 10 different people, and 7 of those put their trust and faith in the Lord. Church, are we still boasting in him? During these tough times, are we continuing to proclaim his great name to those around us? Proclaim it. Shout it out. Let people know that he is our God. We see testimony by David as we continue on here in verses 4 through 6. And it says, I sought the Lord, and he answered me and rescued me from all my fears. Those who look to him are radiant with joy. Their faces will never be ashamed. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him and saved him from all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him and rescues them. Church, we have to seek him out. When we seek him, he answers us. Are we looking to him with radiant joy in our hearts? Our faces will never be ashamed. Are you clinging to that during these times? Are you clinging to the gospel, to that message that he gives us, that is something we should never be ashamed of as we draw closer to him? As we look on here in Psalm 34, it says, taste and see the Lord is good. How happy is the person who takes refuge in him. You who are his holy ones, fear the Lord. For those who fear him lack nothing. Young lions lack food and go hungry, but those who seek the Lord will not lack any good thing. We must see the good that comes from him. Are you still seeing the good? Every day when you get up, are you rejoicing at the good that is in your life? It's so easy to get caught up in what's going on and all the negative and the bad things that we should be praying about. But church, I want to encourage you that we should be waking up every day praising his name, looking for the good that he blesses us with each and every day. He goes on here and he says, "Come, children, listen to me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord, who is someone who desires life, loving a long life to enjoy what is good. Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from deceitful speech. Turn away from evil and do what is good. Seek peace and pursue it." We have to pursue what is good. Watch what comes from our lips. This is a time more than ever where we have an ability to just post things online. Most of our interaction is happening through Facebook statuses and things like that. We need to watch what we're saying, what we're posting, making sure that it's coming from a place of good. And that place of good is from him, from the Lord. And so watch what we're doing. Be conscious of that. So even in the times when we find ourselves, here's the thing, whether or not you are someone who thinks all of this is way over the top and that sheltering in place is just a bogus idea, or you're someone who's taking great precautions and you probably aren't going to see another human being for months. Regardless of where you are on that spectrum, we have to watch what comes from our lips, especially towards each other. Because when this is all said and done, we have to look each other in the eyes, and at that moment, it will tell us whether or not we fled from evil, did what is good, and pursued peace, as David is telling us here. It shows us, church, that we are to take refuge in him. Refuge. That, I think during a time where we have been told to take refuge in our homes, to shelter in place, our true and only refuge is in the Lord. So are you taking refuge in him daily? Not just during these trying times, but continually, even after this is over. We must be looking to him who is our true and constant refuge. And he continues here in the psalm. He says, "The eyes of the Lord on the righteous, and his ears are open to their cry for peace," or for help, rather. "The face of the Lord is set against those who do evil, to remove all memory of them from the earth." The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears and rescues them from all their troubles. The Lord is near the brokenhearted. He saves those crushed in spirit. Listen to that again. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous. As we seek to follow him, as we draw closer to him, he's with us. His eyes are on us. He's against those that do evil. When we are not close to him, he doesn't want anything to do with that. But as we draw closer to him, he hears us, right? The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears and rescues them from their troubles. Are you feeling troubled right now? Are you anxious about everything that's going on? I encourage you to draw closer to him. Don't watch the news. Turn off the TV. Dig into his word. Spend time with him. Draw closer to him. Cry out to him. Talk with him, and he will hear you. And here it is. These last few verses, but it's really verse 19 that kind of sums this all up for us, right? One who is righteous has many adversities. One who is righteous has many adversities, but the Lord rescues him from them all. It goes on to say, he protects all his bones, not one of them is broken. Evil brings death to the wicked, and those who hate the righteous will be punished. The Lord redeems the life of his servants, and all who take refuge in him will not be punished. Let me read that again. Verse 19. One who is righteous has many adversities, but the Lord rescues him from them all. He is for us. He's not against us. As we draw closer and closer to him and seek to be more and more like him, he is for us. As we struggle with things, as we're dealing with things, draw closer to him, and he hears us. He is there. He has not left us. He has not abandoned us. He has not forsaken us. The Lord is faithful. Church, I hope and I pray during this time that you are spending the time that you need with the Lord. I hope that you're being encouraged by these videos that we're doing and that we're getting to stream on Sunday mornings to be with you all. We miss being able to meet with you physically very, very much. And so I hope this has been an encouragement for you. Just understand that during this downtime, during these times where we're not having to leave the house all that much, not having to hurry up and get ready and get to work in the morning, whatever your circumstances are, take that needed time. Take that time that the Lord has gifted us right now and draw closer to him. Use that for him. Don't get on Netflix and don't pop on the TV or just read a book. All those are okay. But I hope that you're taking advantage of this book, of his word, that you're digging into this, that you're filling yourself up with the things of God during this time, because that is what is going to sustain us, and that is what is going to allow us to work through these times. And so I hope you've been encouraged today. We love you all, and we can't wait to see you again very, very soon.